Hello, I'm about to give a review on Breaking Dawn Part 2, which I saw at midnight last night. I've only had 2 hours sleep, so I'm hoping I can stay coherent enough to say everything that I felt about the movie. I will get to the major spoilers later in the video, and I am going to say some things about a lot of the scenes in the movie, so it's up to you whether you want to watch it all because of that if you haven't seen it yet. Overall, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And my general opinion was that the beginning, or the first half, was very rushed. And the second half was entertaining, but I'll say more about that when I get to it. Okay, I'm going to start going through scenes. Most of the scenes I'll do first are all more or less in the book. So when I get to the major spoiler part, I'll try and remember to tell you so you can switch off if you want. Okay, when we start the movie, you've got the hunt, and that's really good, very enjoyable. Thought that was good. Yeah, it did feel a little bit rushed, and then when they went back, everything just did seem like in a bit of a hurry. But generally, I liked that scene. Then, of course, we got to Renesmee, Bella meeting Renesmee, which is a very nice scene, but I felt that the face replacement on Renesmee, and this was the same for all stages of her development, up until when Mackenzie Foy was playing her directly, I felt that the face replacement just wasn't right. The forehead seemed too long a lot of the time, and I found that really off-putting. Now, I know those things are really hard to get right, and it's very difficult technology, and it was amazing that it looked as good as it did, but I did find that a little, every time I looked at her I thought, oh, she looks weird, so that didn't really work for me. I did like Jake telling Bella that he'd imprinted on his daughter, and the response he got, it's about time Jake got a smack down. And I loved Edward's response too. It's sort of like, Esmo saying, don't let her hurt him, and Edward's going, no, it's fine. It's great. I was really enjoying Rob's performance with that, sort of grinning away like Edward's really enjoying it. Then after that we get to the cottage scene. I liked the cottage a lot, but I found the scene itself, the sex scene, very disappointing. It was probably my biggest disappointment in the whole movie. The ones in part 1 were far better. I thought it was rushed. It just seemed like a group of disjointed images meant to look, erotic, but didn't. The bit where they were lying down together having a talk was better, but overall I didn't like that scene at all. Then we get back to Jacob telling Charlie that he's, that he's a werewolf, which of course Billy Burke played so brilliantly, as he usually does, and that was really funny. Although again, the scene where he meets Bella, it seemed rushed, and I don't think they're going to leave Bella the newborn alone in a room with her pure blood human father. So that seemed a little bit odd to me, even if she is self-controlled. Also, then we had, the arm wrestling, which again was good, but again, it was good. I did enjoy it. It just, didn't seem to have enough of an oomph. And then I liked the scene with the piano with Edward and Renesmee playing the piano, but again, it seemed very rushed. Yeah, so I know there's so much to get in, so that's probably a reason why a lot of these things did seem that way. Okay, then we get to the bit with the Volturi coming. I thought Jasper and Alice's departure was done so quickly, anyone who wasn't familiar with the book could have very easily not understood what the heck was going on, because it's like, oh, Alice and Jasper are gone. And I don't think it was correctly explained. The devastation that was felt in their departure in the book was simply not carried over successfully on screen. It was just like, oh, they've gone. It was like, oh, big deal kind of thing almost. And there wasn't that sense of abandonment that I felt in the book. So I didn't like that scene. I felt that scenes with Jay Jenks were done very well. I thought that was a very good way to do it, sort of with Jasper having arranged it all, so it made it far clearer that Bella's seeing, oh, okay, this means that there's going to be a problem. So I really liked that. And then we've got... all the nomads and all the vampires coming, which was good and well done and interesting. I enjoyed that, and I think the pace of the film sort of started to even out a bit more then. Okay, now we get to the battle. Okay, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know the major spoilers, turn off now because I'm about to say them quite loudly and clearly. Okay, we get to the battle scene. I'm pleased to say that I guessed what was going to happen, and that's in writing on the Twilight Lexicon discussion page on the subject. And a few of the fans there had guessed also that that was what was going to happen. But we were, of course, all in doubt because Alice has a vision. Alice can't see wolves. Alice can't see Renesmee. Well, look at that. There's a vision she's got with Renesmee and the wolves. So, and that's a canon part that's established in the movies, not just in the books. The movies have established that as well. So immediately the purist in me says, you can't do that. I'm sorry. You just can't, because she's not supposed to be able to see them. Now, of course, you had to do that because otherwise everybody would have been able to tell that it was a vision. And also, of course, you know, it would have looked funny if there were people who disappeared while they were fighting wolves. So it would have looked a bit odd. But you know, realistically, it's a huge plot hole for the movie, and it's a big problem. However, having said that, the scene was just so damn cool that I loved it anyway. Although, you know, it sort of did have a bit of ho-hum for me in some respects, because as soon as Carla's head was ripped off, I said, okay, this isn't real, and I know that because I know nobody actually dies, and I was pretty sure that was how it was going to go down. So I was sitting there going, okay, yeah, whatever. But still, it was really cool to see all of them use their powers, and it was wonderful to see Edward and Bella as a team fighting together. And Edward, for once in the movies, was not made to look like a weakling. He was actually made to look like he could fight really well, which of course he can. So it was good to see that, and I really enjoyed that. It's just a pity that it had to, you know, sort of a Bobby Ewing moment. Oh, you know, oh, look, here I am, it was all a dream. And it's like that, you know. Although I did like Arrow's reaction to it when you sort of saw the fear on his face too, when he realises, oh, if I go ahead with this, I'm going to die. And I thought that was interesting, considering his nature. So, and of course, the end scene with Bella and Edward in the meadow is exactly how I imagined it, although not in the cottage, but in the meadow. But I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was a good way to end it. So overall, yeah, I am pleased. There were some things that did disappoint me, but generally speaking, it was a good thing, and it was a great experience. Going at midnight was hard going, but I'm really glad I went, because it's it was a bittersweet moment too, realising it's the last movie in the saga, and this thing that's been you know, really a huge part of my life for so many years is sort of coming to an end now, and that's very sad. But so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's been involved in all these things, and you know, thank you so much for bringing it to the screen. It's really been appreciated.